I was in the middle of folding laundry when my phone buzzed. Unknown number. Normally, I wouldn't pick up, but something made me answer. "Hello?" I said, a little hesitant. "Hi, is this Mrs. Jenkins?" A deep, professional voice asked. "Yes, this is she," I replied, standing up a little straighter. "This is Ryan Matthews. I'm your son's manager at Brookfield Innovations. I hope I'm not calling at a bad time." My heart skipped. "No, of course not. Is everything okay with Jake?" "Yes, he's fine. Nothing to worry about," he assured me. "Actually, I was hoping I could speak to you in private. I know this might sound unusual, but I was wondering if we could meet. I'd like to speak with you about something that involves your son. Nothing bad, I promise." I hesitated, unsure. Sure. Where and when?" We agreed to meet the next afternoon at a quiet cafe just a few blocks from the company where Jake worked. All night, I kept wondering what the meeting could be about. Jake hadn't said anything odd about work lately. In fact, he had seemed more energized than usual. Still, I couldn't shake the worry. I even asked him if something had happened. "No, Mom, everything's fine," Jake said casually. "Maybe they just want you to be part of some awards thing. I've been working on a big project lately, and Ryan's been pretty impressed." The next day, I dressed a little more carefully than usual. Something about Ryan Matthews' voice had sounded polished, commanding. When I got to the cafe, I spotted him right away. He was sitting by the window, wearing a gray blazer over a fitted shirt, sipping what looked like black coffee. He stood when he saw me, offering a surprisingly warm smile. "Mrs. Jenkins?" he asked, holding out his hand. "Yes, and please call me Laura," I said, shaking it. We sat down and he got right to the point. "I'll be honest with you, Laura. Your son is one of the most promising young professionals I've seen in years. He's talented, insightful, and hardworking. But I also see him holding back, especially when it comes to leadership opportunities." I nodded, listening closely. "I think he doubts himself," Ryan continued. "From what I understand, he's had to grow up fast. Took on responsibilities most young men his age didn't have to." My eyes softened. Yes, that's true. Jake's father left when he was 15. He helped me raise his younger sister. It was a tough time. Ryan leaned forward slightly. "That explains a lot. He's mature beyond his years, but he's also cautious. He second-guesses himself when he shouldn't." I could feel the emotions bubbling in my chest. All the times I'd watched Jake put everyone else first. The years of missed social events, the side jobs, the nights he stayed up researching scholarships just so I wouldn't have to worry. "I want to offer him a team lead role," Ryan said. "But I need to know, do you think he's ready?" I smiled, my throat tight. "More than ready. He just needs to know someone believes in him." Ryan sat back, his expression unreadable for a moment. Then he gave a nod. "That's what I hoped you'd say. And thank you." I thought that would be it, that we'd exchange a few pleasantries and part ways. But then he hesitated. Something shifted in his eyes. "Actually," he said, his voice a little lower, "there's one more reason I wanted to meet." I raised my eyebrows. "I know this is unorthodox, but I've seen you at a couple of company events. At the holiday party last December, at the summer cookout. You probably don't remember. I was the guy running the raffle booth." I did remember. He'd been surrounded by employees, all laughing at something he said. "I wanted to talk to you then, but it didn't seem appropriate. I guess I'm taking a chance now." I wasn't sure where this was going. "I admire the way you carry yourself, Laura. You're poised, intelligent, kind." I didn't just want to talk about Jake. I wanted to talk to you. I blinked, surprised, a little flattered, and suddenly very aware of how long it had been since anyone had looked at me like that. "I'm not saying this to put you in an awkward position, and if this makes things uncomfortable, I'll step back. But I couldn't keep wondering if you'd consider grabbing dinner sometime. No pressure, just two adults getting to know each other." For a second, I couldn't speak. My mind raced. What would Jake think? What was I doing? But another part of me, the part that hadn't felt truly seen in years, was quietly, undeniably intrigued. I finally answered, "Dinner would be nice." He smiled again, this time slower. "Great, I'll text you." We parted with a handshake that lingered just a second longer than necessary. As I drove home, I kept glancing at my phone like a teenager waiting for a text. When it finally buzzed, I couldn't help but smile. Jake didn't know anything yet, and I didn't tell him right away. I figured, let's see where this goes first. Over the next few weeks, Ryan and I met for dinner, coffee, even a quiet walk in the park. He was thoughtful, funny, and respectful. He never crossed a line. We talked about everything: parenting, career regrets, books, music. I hadn't had a conversation like that in years. Still, the elephant in the room remained Jake. I knew I had to tell him eventually. And when I did, it was one of the hardest conversations I'd had in a while. "Jake, I need to tell you something." He looked up from his laptop, concerned. "It's about your boss, Ryan." His expression shifted immediately. "Okay, what about him?" I took a deep breath. "We've been seeing each other casually for a few weeks." He blinked, stunned. "Wait, you're dating my boss?" I nodded, bracing. At first, he said nothing. Then, after a long pause, he let out a half laugh. "I mean, I didn't see that coming. Are you upset?" He shrugged. "Honestly, I don't know yet. It's weird, but if he makes you happy and he's being good to you, then I guess it's none of my business." I smiled, touched. "He thinks very highly of you, Jake, and he didn't make a move until after he'd already made a decision about your promotion. He's kept it professional." Jake gave a slow nod. "All right then, but if he breaks your heart, Mom, he's fired." We both laughed. The tension broke. In the weeks that followed, things changed, but in good ways. Jake took the leadership role and flourished. His confidence soared, and Ryan and I took things slowly, never pushing boundaries or mixing personal with professional when it came to Jake. I never expected a call from my son's boss to lead to anything like this. I never expected someone to look at me, not as a mother or a woman past her prime, but just me. What I did, saying yes to a chance at something new, was something no